Yeah. What's up? Good, popping, cracking, percolating. What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler. We pulling double duty. Yeah, we pulling double duty. If you were just rocking with me on TikTok and you came over here to the live and everything like that, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We had a good time over there on TikTok. Adding diversity to your action figure collection. Yes, that's what the conversation piece was. I think we got a lot of stuff taken care of. Made some new friends and everything like that. Yeah, the action figure community, safe space. It was a safe space. Safe space. That's not what we're here to talk about, though. No. No, that's not what we're here to talk about at all. We are here today to dispel some rumors, to expose some lies. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. They say talking is my superpower. So go ahead and hit that like button before you forget, because mess around and get involved and everything like that. But I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm also a Storm fan, an X-Men fan. That's what that is. My favorite X-Men is Scott Summers. I like Logan, but I don't like Logan. So we're just going to say it. I like Logan, but I don't like Logan. My favorite X-Men has always been Scott Summers. Cool. You want to know why? All right. So in me liking Scott Summers, there's Jean Grey. Scott got a crush on Jean. He do. Finally get the girl. Yes. Y'all remember when John Byrne was writing? He said, Jean, I love you with all my heart. Would always piss me off because she would never say the same damn thing. She would just say, and I, you too, Scott. Say it. Don't say I do too. Or I too with all my heart. No, damn it. Say the whole damn sentence. I love you too without, anyway. I ain't like what the mastermind did. The whole Dark Phoenix saga thing. I ain't like that. And if anybody asks me, I'm going to attribute her attraction of Logan being remnants of the Dark Phoenix saga. That's what that is. That's what that is. Because you're not gonna get me to do anything else. Anyway, this brother come along. Anybody remember the Hudlin brothers? Because it was two of them. Yeah, I'm that damn old. It's two of them. We get Reginal. Now, before we got Reginald, T'Challa had him somebody. He did. Monica Lynn. He had him something. We go back. We do. Don McGregor. When my dog was sitting up there in the netted shirt, looking like Lou Raw, not Lou Raw, what the dude, bald-headed back in the day and everything like that. Oh, yeah. Him. He was, Isaac Hayes. You couldn't tell T'Challa he wasn't him. And what's the thing? If we dudes and we looking at T'Challa sitting up there like this, him. That's a brother. We sitting up there. I could be that cool. And Monica Lynn was nice. You sitting there, okay, if he got him a nice one, I can get me a nice one too. You seeing some symmetry there. We got Ororo. And I folks can say what they want to. I was not the only brother, let alone the only African American that felt slighted when she and Forge got together. Because we sitting up here looking at Mary Jane and Peter. We got Clark and Lois. We got Oliver and Dinah, right? We got Steve, Trevor, and Diana. We not tripping. We not tripping. We got Black Bolt and Medusa. We got Johnny Storm and Chris. Johnny a whole ass shit in the street. You got Scott. You got Jean. You got Alex. You got what Polaris and everything like that. So you not tripping. You got Ben Grimm and Alicia. You not tripping. You not. So when you see Aurora, you low key like, okay. And even when they put Ororo with Forge, we didn't raise hell. We just said, oh man, all right. We like, okay, all right. Native American, African American, all right. Reginal Hudlin, though. Let me make sure I put these glasses on and greet everybody that's pulling up. What is going on, El Mario? What's going on? Now tell him is in the building. What's going on? So we get it. Reginal Hudlin, that's a brother. He married to a sister. Children, son, daughter. He said his favorite superhero is Black Panther. Said he wanted, I think some of us lose sight of the message. He created Shorty so his son and daughter could both dress up. Both. I said both because while folks be talking this, that, and the third, you know what I have yet to see? Cosplay, I have yet to see T'Challa and Shorty standing side by side in Black Panther costume. Why? Because you bit, you drunk, sip, digested the Kool-Aid from the MCU. There can only be one. That's a lie. With the ability to cosplay as anybody you want to, I have as of yet to see T'Challa and Shorty standing side by side as Black Panthers, which is crazy considering who created it. But what else did Reginald Hudlin create, though? Reginald Hudlin, a Black man married to a Black woman with Black children, saw two Black characters, and he did as a live person, living, breathing person, he put those two characters together. A living, breathing person put two fictional characters together. Fictional characters that cannot get together on their own because they're fictional. Reginald Hudlin, though, wasn't the only creator to put two fictional characters together. He's just the only one that folks like to throw out there to push a BS narrative. Oh, they were forced together. Well, anytime as a writer, you're writing two characters in a relationship, you're forcing them together. There's no organic in that. They're not real. But let's expose this lie. Thank y'all for putting up. If y'all haven't done so, hit that like button real quick. So let me see if I got this right. Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster in 1938 created Clark and Lois. They created Clark and Lois with the clear intention they were going to put them together. They forced Clark and Lois together. That's what that was. And comic book fans know it. Just not every comic book fan is going to speak truth to it, because as we found out, especially in the month of February, we do have racists that call themselves comic book fans. We do have racists in the nerd community. We do have racists that write comic books. We do have racists that draw comic books. We do have racists that work in the editorial departments of these comic book companies. So we're not going to act like that. Bruce and Selena. That was Tom King in 2016, 10 years ago. He forced Bruce and Selena together. That was Tom King. Here's what I know for a fact. Neither Tom King nor Joe Shuster look like me. I'm not tripping, but my concerns aren't their concerns. My cares aren't their cares. The thing is I'm not going to be foolish enough, stupid enough to believe the lies when folks that aren't me tell them in regards to why I can't have what they got. Wally West and Linda. Wally and Linda. Linda is Asian American, by the way. They got kids. William Messner Loebs in 1989. He forced them together. Then DC took the relationship and married him. Not only did DC marry him, DC roped them with 2 children, twins. DC got rid of Wally, listened to the fans, raised hell, and not only brought back Wally, the Lightning Saga, brought back Wally, his wife, and his 2 children. Folks will say some of the dumbest stuff to you when they think you don't read comics. Vision and Wanda. Even an android can cry. Roy Thomas, 1971. He, not the characters, not the fictional character. Roy Thomas felt like even back then, Wanda and Vision should be together. He forced the relationship. And y'all should see by now what I'm doing. I'm looking at relationships, but do have everybody else's relationship in it. Mystique and Destiny. Now, here's the thing about Mystique and Destiny. It's ironic when you think about it. That was Chris Claremont. Why is that ironic? Because the same dude who saw value in a relationship between 2 women saw little to no value between 2 characters that are black. The only black person that a relationship together and had it, nobody gave 2 damns about it. And we sat up here when ChatGPT comes. I'm gonna keep up with these notes before I keep going. Chris Claremont wrote a young T'Challa meeting his kids. What's good? What's going on? What's going on? The Kimoyo King is pulled up. Chris Claremont, ironically, is the one who said they shouldn't have been together. It felt forced. Let's go. Because I did hit ChatGPT up. Let's see what they say. Many writers found it difficult to make the relationship work because the characters are very different and their romantic pairing felt forced or retconned. It was forced, like every real in fiction is forced. And some of those relationships have been retconned. Only one we gonna make an excuse for to dissolve it is this one over here. Are we doing that? Because it's too many of them that look like them characters that's going that for what that is. No, that's not. Everybody that looks like T'Challa should be pushing back on this BS narrative. Why? If for no other, fictional characters can't get it on their own. In the world of comics, while accepted, here we go. I start this off right. Most iconic heroes, it was supposed to be the beginning of one of the greatest power couples. You like to think so. The Watcher was there. Watcher was there for Reed and Susan's. But I don't think the Watcher was there for Luke and Jessica's wedding. He was there for Rose, but he wasn't there for Luke. He was there for T'Challa's wedding. That's a big deal. We don't have Aurora's wedding being designed by a person. We didn't get that. No. Medusa's married to Black Bolt type of treatment. No, we actually you'd like to have thought that Marvel Comics, hell, any person take the fact that a whole group of people, ethnic group, got be this marriage that, but see, Marvel like that. When 2 of Marvel's most heroes got married, it was be the beginning of what a comic greatest power couples. On the side, you had Black Panther, King of Wakanda, Master Strategist, and one of the best men in the Marvel Universe. The side was Storm, Omega Mutant, Goddess the Many, and time leader of the X-Men. The union seemed perfect. It was. Two African heroes. She's African American. Two global leaders. True. Two icons. Absolutely. But despite hype surrounding their wedding in Black 2005, the relationship ultimately ended in divorce. Happened. Real folks, for blood pumping in them, wanted Ororo to be to the X-Men. I don't think it's accidental that when we look at tracks, that there you got Sting, you got Scott, you got Ororo. I'm sorry, you got Jean, you got Rogan, and you got Ororo and Wolverine. Not Ororo and Bishop. You got Ororo and Thunderbird. Not Aurora and Darwin. Not Aurora and Sync. Not Aurora and Shard. Not Aurora and Prodigy. We don't want to do that. Even with the, and I call it crap, and I think about it, I get more and more. Over with Craig. He was with Craig, the Ororo series, the Krakoa series. She was, if I don't like anything else about Craig, it's the fact Craig would have done anything. He was on Mars when he was helping old behind human, helping her defend and take care of mutants on Ororo. Well, Craig could have easily been going, you know how much respect that character. And when I say we, I'm talking specifically about other people. You know how much respect as a character? He ain't show issue of Storm. As a black man. He will. He ain't showed up in one issue of Storm. And I find weird that that defend knowing what transpired between him. Meanwhile, the writer of that series, or in her time of need, her time of emotional, not calling Craig the in a relationship with, who was helping defend her people, not the dude she was married to, off the dresser with the dude that's in Marvel Legends 2-pack. Who is that for? Because if I look at the comments online, it's only one demographic that, and they take that parent, use it to insult you, use it to rub in your face. They're being, if not being bigoted with it, they are. Mind you, like the writer wasn't warned. The writer wasn't told first occasions what to lead to. But it's the damnedest thing when you're trying to fight with others to get in it, to get your victory, but you also got the damn self. That's twice. Let me keep going. A young Prince T'Challa encountered a wandering orphan before joining the X-Men. The instant connection. They bonded over their. We didn't act like that was a problem with Rogue and Gambit, did we? We didn't act like get Eric. Matter of fact, the only time is when it comes to Adam Bashir, Monica Rambeau, or Monroe, and T'Challa. I have a problem with that. Unless we finna sit up here and put, because we don't mind the interracial coupling, right? Or we gonna keep Luke with Jack, show the offspring, because we don't mind the coupling. We then show what that coupling produces. And if the editors have a problem with what I'm saying, oh, well, you got 20 years of. Let me keep going. Their sense of responsibility to others and the burdens at a young age, but their path soon separated. Ororo would have joined the X-Men while to inherit the throne of Wakanda. Your destiny would bring them back together. Or Reginal Hudlin. In 2006, Marvel made the bold two characters. Why is it bold? Jeans, clone, Madeline Pryor. Why is that bold? Was it bold when Luke and Jessica got married? Why is that? Did we say it was bold when Sue and Reed got married? Did we say it was bold? We say it was bold, married Medusa, because they all married. Oh, this is big. It should have been normal. It should have been a natural evolution. It should have been like, you know what? It's money to be made here. We got the #1 black male character and we got the #1 black female character. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it do what it's gonna do. No, that's not what you did. You let your insecurities as humans, as a so-called people, interfere with making dollars. Let me keep going. The wedding happened in Black Panther issue 18, 2006. And it wasn't just any comic book wedding. Marvel positioned it as a major global event inside the Marvel universe. Nearly every major hero attended. Members of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men. The ceremony itself took place in Wakanda and symbolized something bigger than just romance. Let me just add here that Reginald Hudlin had T'Challa and Ororo go before Bast before they got married. I feel the need to interject that. That's like going to the pastor before you get married. That's like going to the preacher in your church, letting the preacher know you want, because low-key, that ain't that how it's supposed to be done. And God is supposed to sign off on it, right? And I'm of the mindset that Reginald Hudlin is a God-fearing man, because he had T'Challa and Ororo go before Bast first. We forget certain stuff like that in our culture. And if you're not from our culture, you don't respect our culture, you don't appreciate our culture, you subject not to know what that means. See, before a husband and a wife, once they go before the pastor and get that permission first to go ahead and get married, anytime they got problems in their marriage, before it gets annulled, which would be the pastor, it would be the legal system. But before they do that, they're supposed to go get marriage counseling. Amen. Amen. And you know who they're supposed to go get that marriage counseling from? The same person that they talked to before they got married. Amen. Amen. That would make that the pastor. You never saw T'Challa and Ororo go before Bast, before T'Challa. Yeah, you the high priest. You are the high priest. But you answer to a supreme being, a supreme deity. And it's safe to say, because I know who wrote the story, you don't understand that type of spiritual connection. When you go before your God and ask for permission to be married, you go before that God again before you make any decisions about divorce. Now let's talk about divorce. Because see, this is when I get into it. Folks like to think we don't understand the Bible. Well, there's only one way out of marriage. And since neither T'Challa nor Ororo were lusting after anybody else, it's safe to say that while T'Challa and Ororo can feel some type of way about their union, neither one of them holler at Bass to see how she feels about it. This is what happens when you have folks that aren't from the culture, who don't interact with people from the culture, doing stuff ignorantly in regards to the culture, doing stuff stupidly in regards to the culture. But what I just said, if you from the culture, if you know folks from the culture, you send them like, yeah. Which would make it real damn easy for Marvel Comics to spin the block and have T'Challa and Ororo back together again, because Bass never acknowledged it. But then you would have to give two damns about the characters that you got in your comic book company. Let me keep going. Let me get with these notes first before I continue on. I see folks pulling up. Thank y'all so much. Big Jarris is in the building. Salute. What's going on? If anything, Ororo and T'Challa are the most organic relationship narrative-wise. Met his kids, found each other later in life, then got married. That's perfect. I ain't mad at that. Nothing forced about that story at all. Not if we're not saying the other ones aren't forced. That's coming from not telling. Big Jermaine Knowles was in the building. Forced is such an interesting word. Come on, somebody. And that word has been accepted without being challenged for far too long, as far as I'm concerned, especially when you read. Here we go. Romeo and Juliet were forced together. Are we questioning them being forced together? Forced. Number one and the young lady on Star Trek Generations were forced together. That's what that was. They was forced together. Every woman that James T. Kirk smashed, a writer forced that character to smash those women. We want to use the word forced. Forced. You're right, though. Black Panther. It's an interesting word. My biggest disappointment about issue 3 is the writer literally had no explanation for it. So much so he said, act like it didn't happen. No, I did. Not once did the writer have Ororo thinking T'Challa in her lowest moment. Not at all. Which, if we're being organic, she's either going to think of T'Challa or Craig. She's either going to think of the dude she's been with for the longest damn time, or the dude she was just in a relationship with, who was literally pouring his heart out to, like giving her his heart and everything. No, that ain't what happened. And I'm not finna act like it didn't happen, because too many folks then went too damn hard to act like it happened. No, you should have heeded the advice of Black Panther fans. You should have heeded the advice of Aurora fans. No, what we did was this nonsense right here. We acted like T'Challa fans weren't also Aurora fans. That's what we did, because what we found out is that not every Aurora fan and X-Men fan is a T'Challa fan. They don't want Aurora with anybody outside the X-Men, which is sad in and of it damn self when you consider how the X-Men get down. So let me keep up. Let me go back to what we're getting here. Let's see here. I like this right here. This is something that could have been a union between mutant kind and Wakanda. You know who had the wherewithal to think big? Reginal Hudlin. Black Panther Annual 1. Black to the Future. T'Challa and Ororo represent Africa. Luke and Jessica represent the Americas. Their offspring getting married. You got to have vision. It's safe to say Reginald Hudlin had vision that way too many at Marvel Comics currently, they still there, do not have. Whether they choose not to have it or just don't possess it. Yeah. A union between mutant kind and Wakanda, a merging of two powerful legacies, and one of the most prominent Black superhero marriages in comic history. How about we just say one of the most prominent superhero marriages? because that's what it was. That's what that was. It wasn't just two black characters. It was two of the most prominent characters in all of comics getting together. You know, kind of like if we'd have had Clark and Diana get together. But even with that, Clark is married with 2 children. We could easily bring Monica Lynn back. They buried it with a heart-shaped herb. T'Challa could get exactly what Clark got and not have to go through Ororo to get it. We don't want no black love over there in Marvel. While folks saying what they saying, and I get it. I'm not knocking it. But if I can sit up here and say, DC so white, then it should be easy to say Marvel don't give 2 damns about black love, because both of those are true statements. DC is so white, it is, and Marvel is marvelous when it comes to black love. I ain't even trying to do it. We'll give you 1,000 excuses why it can't be done, as if you in the 1st grade and don't know no damn better. After the wedding, Storm officially became Queen of Wakanda. She's also part of the Orisha right now. And for a while, things looked strong, but cracks began to appear almost immediately. Why? Because their marriage hurt some folks. Just like this right here. That collection right there hurts folks. They won't pay attention to anything else. It'll be this right here. They'll focus on that because they don't see themselves in every damn thing. They got to be a part of every damn thing, which is crazy because you don't even want us part of every damn thing. But with all this right here, they didn't see themselves here. And this is what got them triggered. One of the biggest challenges in their marriage came down to conflicting responsibilities. How? Storm still has strong ties to the X-Men and the mutant community. And wasn't Peter a member of the Fantastic Four while also having his own comic book? Hasn't She-Hulk been a member of the Avengers while having her own comic book? Seems like the only folks that can't have their own damn book and be a member of a team are black characters, unless your name is T'Challa. When was the last time Luke Cage had his own comic book and was part of a team? Sam Wilson, Misty Knight. And what a problem? Because you trying to tell me you didn't have anybody that had a solution. So we couldn't Ororo being in 2 places. T'Challa can't come around the X-Men. He can't show up in X-Men comic books visiting his wife. She can't pop up in Black Panther. We can't do that. The editor don't know how to make it work. That's crazy because I remember DC making it work in regards to Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman scheduled around showing up in Justice League. Because Wonder Woman has her own editorial staff. Batman does, Superman does, and so does the Justice League. 4 different editorial teams. How they making it work, but we can't. Never mind. Meanwhile, T'Challa's primary duty was to Wakanda and his people. These responsibilities constantly pulled them in different directions. Really? So if a husband and wife both got a job, but they work at 2 different places, they don't come back home at some point? I'm going to ask that question again. So a husband and wife that's both got jobs, i.e. I'm the king of Wakanda, you're the leader of the X-Men. Where you sleeping at when you get done? You're not coming home? We ain't got no pillow talk going on? Another issue was how different writers handled Storm's role. Oh, I would think for sure that would be the writers over there with the X-Men because I've covered the runs with Storm showing up over here. It wasn't Reginal. wasn't Reginald, it wasn't Jonathan, and it wasn't David. So if there was an issue in regards to Ororo being written, it had nothing to do with the Black Panther writers. It didn't. Matter of fact, I'm going to go above and beyond and say the Black Panther writers wrote her with the utmost respect. So it's safe to say if there was an issue, it wasn't on the Black Panther side of the house. Oh, no. It was over there with the X-Men. Who's Chris Claremont, Dave Cochran. Which one of them said the relationship felt like it was forced together? Yeah, let me keep going. Some fans felt that once she became Queen of Wakanda, Storm was often written more as T'Challa's supporting character instead of the powerful leader fans knew from the X-Men. Because I asked the writer Storm, and I still ain't got the answer. What story is that? No. Help me out. What story was she treated like? We say she was treated like a supporting character instead of a powerful leader. Okay, well, I think it's safe to say in Deadliest of the Species, she got more screen time, more panel time than T'Challa. She got more panel time than T'Challa did in Power. Because she went and got him in a coma. She did that. She was the one responsible for trying to undo what Doom was doing to Wakanda, i.e. trying to make it rain and everything like that. Now, Doom did kidnap Ororo, but would that be the first time Doom has kidnapped Ororo? I can swear Doom and Arcade then kidnapped all the damn X-Men at one point in time. Aside from Ororo, let's wait for it now. X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold. Because we say supporting character. Well, what was she treated like when Ford shot her? When she lost her damn powers? We had to watch Ororo sit back and prove to the X-Men and to the readers that for her to be all that in a bag of chips, she got to be able to beat Callisto, who is a mutant huntress. Oh no, Aurora got to beat her ass without her mutant ability to show she's a badass. Well, wasn't she standing triumphant with the rest of the Wakandas when Shuri told Doom T'Challa wasn't talking? It was Shuri. If we catch you over here in Wakanda again, we're going to delete you. I don't recall. I don't. Now I have to ask him, but I don't recall Jonathan Mayberry writing Aurora like she was a side chick, like she was a supporting character, like she wouldn't work for them. And I know damn good and well David Lynch didn't do it because Aurora actually pulled up in Hell's Kitchen and saved T'Challa. So when I got writers saying stuff, is this revisionist history or what? Because I got this from the black dude over there writing Aurora, Storm, and everything like that. And I asked the question, and I still ain't got it. I go to social media and ask the damn question when folks start chirping. Give me the story. Give me the comic book. Give me the story arc. All I get is she was written like this. Where? Don't take for granted that just because I'm a Black Panther fan, I'm not a Storm fan. That's one of the biggest myths that are out there. Y'all been lying. See, it ain't a matter of whether or not if I'm a Black Panther fan, am I also a Storm fan? The question is, if you're a Storm fan, are you also a Black Panther fan? That's the question. And I already know the answer. No. Let me see. At the same time, T'Challa faced major political and military challenges during this era, especially during events like Secret Invasion and Avengers from X-Men. So we just gonna act like that wasn't what was going on in Reginal Hudlin and Jonathan Mayberry's run. Because I ain't trying to be funny, but those political and military challenges have been a thing going all the way back to Don McGregor. Oh, I must be telling too much truth. Yeah, this ain't nothing new. Did those political and military things have anything to do with him being in a relationship with Monica Lynn? No. Is Reed not gone half the damn time? Yep. Is him and Sue still married? Yep. What's the problem? Well, do we see Jessica every time we see Luke Cage? We see Danny though. Okay, what's the problem? Seems like we only make, which is what for the dissolution of, we exposing that lie. Question is, what we gonna do? Let me keep going. And that final event will ultimately destroy the marriage. Avengers versus X-Men, the breaking point. Did you read it? Here's the damn, if you did that companion series that went along with Avengers versus X, you don't remember, you don't have nothing, no panel, nothing of T'Challa and Ororo actually engage another. You don't. If you didn't read the series, and mind you, their fight only half of the companion series, comic of the companion series, but you didn't read it. If you didn't read it, main series, it don't tell you. Even if you got the companions, you could a strong be made that the only reason they wrote this story was to break up. Screen went blank then. Time. A strong argument be made. The only reason why they wrote crossover was to break and Aurora, because that's the only thing that came out of it. It's crazy. You can and the X-Men on a team called the Uncanny Avengers. They to the side. In Jed McKay's run, the Avengers, you can have go up to Scott and say, hey, gotta go handle some business real quick. I'll hold it down for us while we gone. Us coming together as love. Get that. But what you get is you cannot supposedly two grown folks care or an editor worth a damn saying, you know what, we screwed on this one. We need to put them back together. Because honestly, it make no damn sense why they together. Story with the X-Men, Black Panther, the Avengers, which is crazy. So, well, if you look at the art, you can't tell whether or not T'Challa is still ahead. Mind you, this is out of place. This story comes after Jonathan Hickman on the Fantastic Four. It come after that. Now, which is the damnedest thing. Avengers versus X-Men, in Ororo in Wakanda, Joy. You got Ororo and Susan Richards, Anubis, while T'Challa are talking the best. Will he become the king? What problem? What cracks in the foundation? The very next storyline is Avengers Men. This is like to say, read it for yourself. Folks will lie. You got to write a lie. I don't know why. Especially when, as a writer, you engage that read. The editors, they can, because they don't engage. They just be over there in blue sky, say what they gonna say. They get paid checks and everything like that. Keep making what they gonna do. But as far as what's really going on, you read Black Panther, Man Without. You read Black Panther, Most Dangerous Man Alive. You read issues in Fantastic Four with Jonathan Hickman. You did. You read that. And you know that. You know why you read it. You know what the very next story arc is. T'Challa and Ororo in it, and 2 don't add up to 4. 2 plus 2 don't add up to 4. Let me keep up with these notes. Come back and see here. You know when you got games that Black Panther and Storm is coming from Jermaine. You know that when you got games that show Panther Storm more than Marvel Comics. Absolutely, you're right. T'Challa is the king of the dead. Yep. We got Shinobu in. So Kimoyo says some of us want to be a pet, not a peer. This is true. If she is queen of Wakanda, there's no X-Men. That issue is over with. She is where her husband is, period. Mind y'all, that's Kimoyo. And he right, because she's the queen of Wakanda. But if you didn't want it to be that, if you can't write her being with the X-Men, in essence, here we go. It's as simple as Ororo in an X-Men comic book, you writing where she talking to her husband. That's not difficult. That's not that damn difficult. If you can write an X-Men comic book, Jean and Scott get together at the end of it, you can do the same damn thing with T'Challa and Ororo get together at the end of it. That show are still, it's not that damn, it ain't that damn difficult. It's not. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to, that would have been great damn things. Actually, as ChatGPT just alluded to, connected to fan bases. Hell, gentle Wakanda, that big ass nation over there, like they ain't got no in Wakanda. I'm sorry, what is by? You can have the synergy there. That means you as a writer, you as an editor, you not looking at the continent of Africa at all. To be from the continent of Africa, checking for Africa like that. Because we know good and well when it comes to continents, Africa ain't represented like that. Or hell, even as we not represented in the superhero community. That would have been great damn synergy. Wasn't it a BP T'Challa and Wakanda people bowed before Aurora and got us to save Wakanda? Yeah, I want to say that took place in Reginal Hudlin, blessed them with rain. So honestly, I'm on fan first. What's wrong with that? If that's who you came across first, that's fair. That's fair, Panthro. Acting the fool with these notifications. Yeah, YouTube. What bought that from Harama? Now tell him say the most is doing civil war instead of taking sides. And I okay, so I'm just married is the husband and wife, husband and husband, wife. There's nothing that comes between that. Now, the Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Well, in your marriage, that's the deity, whomever you pray to, God for me, right? At the base, the two people that's married, T'Challa and Ororo, no less than Sue and Reed. Mind you, it looked like they chose sides. They were on the same damn team. That's what husband and wives do. So T'Challa and Ororo aren't, honestly, it was wrong to be even caught up in Avengers versus X. To me, in my opinion, I can make a strong argument story to break them up. But in that story, they're not. She's the queen of Wakanda. That's her husband. Choosing is his. The only side is hers, i.e., choosing their side. They're not getting caught And that's how marriages are supposed to work. Even choose side with the children. Children are in. You can tell when folks that don't know what relationship is supposed to be, let alone a marriage is supposed to be, start stories. They get them wrong. See, they weren't supposed to at all. Steezle. I'm gonna start calling him Mr. RWME. Busy over there. These Steezle rock with moderator ability. So watch. AVX should have made T'Challa their respective teams concerned the matter. That right there. If anything was forced, that's what was forced. That's what was forced. You can break them up in ways you thought about breaking up another group, and as the excuse that you got is relationship was forced together. That's everybody that reads your comic books didn't graduate high school. Hell, didn't even graduate middle school. Because you're not giving your fans enough credit for being more intelligent than that. Oh, we keep going. Keep going. Now I tell them, good point. Only a certain group in their collective are against it. Yeah. Sad to say, your audio is breaking up. Connection is bad. God damn. My fault. My fault. Only thing forced are extends mental gymnastics on this relationship. Those T'Challa seeds were planted way back during the Claremont era. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm apologizing for the connection. And y'all threw me off with that one. Y'all did. Long story short, though, we get on up out of here. It's Saturday. Y'all got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. Long story short, though, to Natella's point, the breakup was forced. The breakup was forced. A marriage that had to be approved by Bass. We don't really get Bass like that. We can see Odin all day, every day. Hera all day, every day. Bass, Khonshu all day, every day. Bass got us missing in action. You had somebody who's seen some type of significance in Black love. Black love that what Marvel is being way too obvious with, it wasn't the fact that you had a problem with T'Challa and Aurora. You got a problem with any Black couple being together. It's your history as a comic book company. And at the end of the day, you're gonna try your damnedest to be consistent. Ain't Matt Murdock with Elektra? Anybody say anything? You know why? Because we don't have a problem with those relationships. I'm ashamed to say that a Black man had a problem with T'Challa and Aurora being together, and I low-key could say it's a shame it was a Black woman that had a problem with Adam Brashear and Monica Rambeau being together, because that's who broke those relationships up, a Black man and a Black woman. Now, whether they did it on their own willy-nilly or whether they did it because they were instructed to do it, it's their hands that's dirty. Meanwhile, one, those Black writers could never break up a white couple. Those Black writers would never be instructed to break up a white couple. You can't break up the white couple whether you want to or not. But when we look at other relationships, those other relationships are allowed to foster in the crazy of damn ways in which they do. Sue, Reed, Valeria, and Victor. Jean, Scott, and Logan. Eric, Rogue, and Gambit. Destiny, Mystique, and Kurt. We can get them relationships all damn day, every day, twice on Sunday, regardless of how they look to anybody. But any type of black love, point blank, period, at Marvel-less comics, if we can say DC so white and that be right, then Marvel, if Marvel-less is clueless when it comes to black love, and that can't even be questioned. That is what that is at the end of the damn day. That's the lie. It ain't got nothing to do with T'Challa and Ororo. They'd like for you to believe that. They'd like for you to take that narrative and run with it. I will ask you this question. Give me the black couple, period. Married, been together for years, got children. I'll wait. You don't even see Sam and Misty, because I know some folks gonna say it. You don't see Sam and Misty interacting like Vision and Wanda. You don't see Sam and Misty acting like Reed and Sue. You don't even see Sam and Misty acting like Luke and Jessica. You don't. And I'm gonna throw a red flag on this play right here. That backyard barbecue scene, because I read some of the comments and everything like that. You happy about the backyard barbecue scene in Captain America, Sam Wilson. And them characters only came around for that. And we're trying to make it seem like it was poignant. You know what would be poignant? If those characters consistently were around. But let's go back to that Captain America issue. Because, yeah, it was Isaiah Bradley's birthday. How did Isaiah look in that damn comic book? Stop being happy with just being there. That's the message. Stop being happy just being there. That comic book was trash. That comic book was stereotypical. Because while we will talk about that comic book, the backyard barbecue, and try and make it like that because it's all the black characters were there, are we not going to talk about the floating plantations that were aimed at urban cities? Because that was part of the storyline. Stop being satisfied with just showing up. If you were happy with that damn comic book, that damn scene, you're happy just being present. I'm sorry. There's more to me than just me popping up. And if that's all we gonna do is have me pop up in a stereotypical environment during a certain time of the year, you ain't got to rep me at all. As we like to say with the Rock With Me Nation, we got it at the house. 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. We don't need that nonsense. I try and save stuff for stuff like that because I don't be wanting to stop being happy with just being there. That's part of the problem now. You just happy with showing up. No, I'm sorry. If we are who we say we be, we like to claim to be, we like to tell folks we are and everything like that, we're never happy with just showing up. Let me see here. Wim said, what's going on, Wim? What's going on? They're already trying to get Miles and Miss Marvel together. I just broke my damn glasses. Oh, well. Damn it. You're right. They are trying to put them together. You know what? We can't get no more videos till I get me some reading glasses. We done for the day. Ain't gonna be reading no comment. But no, you ain't lying at all. They already, and I don't know who that's for. Like, I don't know who that's for because one, it's problematic in and of a damn self. Okay. You see? Come on now. Kamala Khan. Okay, so because if I'm her, if I like her, I'm of the mindset we probably want her love. Her love. Right. Miles Morales, like, damn, I like Miles, but Miles Morales. Miles already, that's a lot. That's a lot for no damn reason. We definitely forcing it there. We doing way too damn much. Like, what? I did not know that. I kind of like low key see them hitting at that. But damn, how many ethnic groups we got right there? For what? Just real time. For what? I'm an African American male. Miles lives in New York. I live in New York. Miles is Afro-Latino. Whether you believe that, go along with that, approve of that. Miles got too many options. You mean between the sisters in New York and the Puerto Rican sisters in, oh man, Miles, never mind. And a black man wrote that Falcon book. The floating death plantation was always questionable to me. Do we not know it? See that right there. I ain't even have to tell that story. So I'm not gonna like that. There are way too many stories I've read in my lifetime as a superhero fan that have nothing to do with that. I can write a different story. I've read enough damn books. And if that's the best we got, then I'm looking at the editorial team sideways because I'm like, your expectation levels, your knowledge level, it clearly ain't where it's at. That said, I'm out. I ain't got no more reading glasses. That's crazy. It's gonna be a hell of a night. Reading glasses down. Hopefully you got from this live what I intended for you to take away from it. And what I intended for you to take away from it, that's a blatant lie. That's a blatant lie. Their relationship being forced, that's a blatant lie. Their relationship being forced apart, that's the truth. Come on, see, telling it what it is. I'm out. Like, share, subscribe. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see if I can come back today. Got to get some reading glasses. They can do what they're gonna do. In the meantime, in between time till next time, remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. And I mentioned those names for a reason. One, Don Cornelius, the time frame, it was about peace, was about love, was about soul. Chadwick Boseman, because I think too many of us struggle with knowing who we are. And in not knowing who you are, you feel like you have to capitulate, compromise. No, I like the guy who said, I'm not going to take the role where I can't read. I'm not going to take the role where I can't swim. And I'm not going to take the role where I can't drive. You're not going to use me to continue to impose negative stereotypes on my people. Let that stay right there. You're not going to use me to do it. And that's why I keep his picture right there. To always remind myself to keep the main thing the main thing. That's it. In memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Until next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.